We're going to copy and paste this part into the beginning of the podcast.
I'd be lying if I said I'm alright. I've been drunk by myself most these nights. Even then my dreams are scared of the light. I'm alright.
Hey guys, welcome to the Valleycast. We have a very special guest today. Mr. Nicholas Hamilton is here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Famous young Australian model, actor, writer, director, songwriter, singer, Fortnite player.
Break dancer.
I do that too. Yeah, I'm very good at that.
Nick, it's a
Banana enthusiast.
I love bananas.
Nick, we've been basically hanging out every day during the pandemic, which has been quite a treat, and I've really gotten to know you, and we're becoming very close friends, and it's really nice, and I just wanted to brag about that.
Yeah, no, that's nice. That's nice. I don't think we're as close friends as you think, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming back with the slap.
Yeah.
Whap!
Wow.
Take that, Steve.
Yeah, okay. All right. All right. I'll take note of that. I'll take note of that when we're
Write that
talking
down.
about your song.
All right, fuck. God damn it.
So, welcome to the show. Nick, you were on before, but it was quite a long time ago.
Yes, and I popped in once when we were, it was a few months ago. I popped in when you guys were playing that Create Your Own Story game.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
That's right.
That was fun.
Yeah,
fun.
that's a good time. That was a good fun. Maybe we could
He was
do
a
another-
racist dragon. It was a racist
It was a racist dragon. It was a racist dragon.
I think there was a vampire. It was crazy.
I'm sure there was something, yeah.
So, welcome to the show. We kind of jump around through formats on the thing, and last week we had a really interesting and fun discussion. It was just the three of us, and hopefully it'll go a little bit better than that this time.
That was 2 weeks
around.
ago. Last week was Trace Dominguez.
Oh yeah,
You
that's right. I wasn't around for that because I was doing that fucking thing I can't talk about.
His eyes are so wide open.
Murder. I was doing that murder. I murdered somebody. I can't talk about it. I did murder.
But
Oh
Nick,
shit! Did I talk about the murder? We have to start the podcast.
We have to start the
over,
podcast
everybody.
and clap.
Cut it out.
so we're gonna gush with you about all your work, and we'll go over
Awesome.
your career and your music and shit again in a second. For those of you that are unfamiliar with Nick Hamilton, I mean, we've had you on before. We've talked about it before. We've talked about you on Dynamic Banter. We hang out. Sometimes you're on our streams. Like, you're around a lot. So it's
I'm
not
a
like
good
we need
friend.
but we'll do a refresher. We'll do a refresher for people who are unfamiliar with your work, and shame on them.
Yeah, fuck him.
But in fact, let's just do the abridged version of that. Nicholas Hamilton is one of the stars of 2 of the It films, of the 4 films that exist. It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, starring Finn Wolfhard.
Directed by Nicholas Hamilton.
Directed by Nicholas Hamilton.
Nicholas Hamilton is also born on the 28th of March, 1992.
Yeah.
And he is
Happy birthday.
English,
Happy birthday.
is it
Happy birthday, Elliot.
English racing driver who currently
Oh, fuck
competes
you,
in
dude.
the British Touring Car Championship. He races with a specially modified car due to his cerebral palsy. So thank you for being with us today, Nick.
Whoa. What just
Hamilton
happened?
is the
Holy
paternal
shit.
half-brother of
Nick just uses
seven-time
mind
Formula
powers to
One
make
world
sure that
champion
audio
USA.
didn't go out.
Nick got the
What the fuck
Illuminati
just
to
happened?
censor Elliot.
Not to be confused with Nicholas Hamilton.
I don't
who
think
was
Elliot
born-
realizes that
He's muted now.
can't not be here.
Oh,
Here
Elliot.
right now.
Oh, something might have happened with Elliot.
All right. It was a bit of hell for a small second.
Man, yeah, dude,
What
you must
happened?
be on. You're either on Satan's side or the side of Jesus, and they were like, "We're not going to let this audio be heard," and they
Yeah.
just smote it from the
Actually,
podcast.
the side of Finn
Really?
Wolfhard, I think it was the spirit of Finn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so, Nick, you play the...
Wait, real quick pause.
okay.
Can Elliot? Can we hear Elliot now?
Yeah, can
Elliot? I
No.
cannot hear
No.
Elliot. Nope. Elliot might have to drop back out. and come back in
Elliot will
'cause-
figure it out. Here comes...
Oh, I wonder if his mic died.
No, because it
'Cause that-
goes
Something happened with your mic.
Yeah, we can't hear you at all.
into the headphones though.
We can't hear
It's
anything.
Just pointing at your ears, dude.
No sound
Did your-
from Elliot.
Dude,
Not
This is
mine.
Did your, air,
This is
Did
the
your AirPods die?
This is good content.
No, because you could
This
hear
is
us.
good.
So, Elliot, you figure it out, and then we'll be
Clever.
here. So,
Alright, cool.
Nick plays the bully in the It movies, the young version of the bully, because in the sequel, he's older. But you do feature in some flashbacks in Chapter 2, as they say.
They do
As
say that.
they
They
say.
say that. They do say that.
But anyway, and you're in a whole bunch of other shit, and you just made some music, some new music.
Yeah. All of the above, Steve.
And we'll talk about that in a second.
Ooh, he was also, which he informed us on a pod stream, Jesus, on a video game Fall Guys stream. He's in Captain Fantastic, which is an amazing movie, and I
you,
didn't know
Joe.
you were part of it. And then I went back and
Joe.
watched you. And you're great. You're
I'm
great.
a little
Nick. It's
boy.
awesome.
I'm a little
You're
boy.
a
in it.
tiny boy. Yeah.
Tiny boy.
Hello.
Let's see, Elliot.
Oh, he's sucking on some coffee. Can we hear him?
Elliot.
Can you talk real quick, Elliot? He's not talking. You son of a
We'll
bitch.
figure it out.
Oh,
He's connecting to
audio.
it. There we go. Hello? No?
Hello.
Yay!
Hey! Yay! What happened, do you think?
You know what I just realized before he says anything?
I don't know.
This won't matter on the podcast version because all of his audio is still recording conceivably on his end.
Oh yeah, they got
Yeah.
a lot of good stuff during that little.
Hey,
Okay.
look,
Great.
what a cacophony of fun they're gonna get. Also, Nick, you made me feel really. You validated a hope in my heart when you told me that Viggo Mortensen was cool. Like
He's
I
a good
needed
boy.
that. I
Yeah.
needed that so bad. That's one of those people that, because of Lord of the Rings and watching that whole journey, and all of us feeling like we were part of it because the extended behind the scenes and all that crap. Like he's been around forever, and he always
Yeah.
seemed cool and legit. And the stories made him sound cool and legit and awesome. And the fact that you're like, yeah, he is. You completed me. Thank you for that.
Pretty cool.
Dude, there's nothing not good about that man. He's a gentleman, he's a father, he's a friend, and he emails a lot.
Really?
On accident. Drunk.
Yeah, it's all just it's just periods.
Does
Yeah.
does he send those like memes that like parents send in emails?
Viggo Mortensen cannot stop Facebooking.
He's just constantly Facebooking because he's off the grid. He's like famously like doesn't do anything but email. But he's
Yeah.
always emailing like Noam Chomsky quotes and stuff because he's a very political boy. And he's a very, very nice gentleman.
I
that
hear he's
love.
a soft-spoken gentleman. That's
very soft-spoken,
very
so
kind.
gentle, dude. He's like the
Yeah.
gentlest human being I've ever met.
I love it. I'd kiss
Yeah.
that man's mouth. I
All right.
I don't have interest in doing that with other men. But I would kiss his mouth, I think.
Sure.
He could
Can you share the quote that he shares with you?
Oh, it's all of them. Pretty much everything that Noam Chomsky ever says, we get through the email chain.
He
Like a
signs
barrage
his
of them?
He signs
not
his
a barrage.
emails, love Noam Chomsky.
Yeah, basically, he thinks he is him. No, no, he's just he likes letting people know progressive ideals, and it's fucking sick.
Hey, so
beautiful.
can I talk to you guys about something that happened to Alana and I recently that I thought would be very humorous, and I'd love to get your guys' perspective on kind of like the course of action like after something like this happens. And has any of this ever happened to you? And then we'll do some ads, and then we'll talk about Nicholas Hamilton's new song,
do it.
Summer. Hang on, sorry.
Fucking
Different,
Christ. Jesus Christ.
different year.
What part of the song did you see that you could only see different and you couldn't see the second part?
I said, it looked like summer to me for a second.
Summer to me.
So, Alana, we'll get like messages from people in her DMs on like Instagram. You know, she's a pretty girl, and she probably gets more than the normal.
I just figured it was the most direct way to message her. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's okay,
kinda like
Joe.
this.
No, she knows it's you, and she understands, and she feels
Great.
bad for you and about you, so she just lets it happen.
Thank
She got a message from this like, now he's a young man, but he's this guy that she used to like babysit, like
Noam Chomsky.
No, oh, way.
this guy that she used to babysit like way back in the day. Like,
Cool.
he was 5, maybe. And he kind of had, like, I'm trying not to zero this into a specific person if people want to, like, really look into this, so I'm being slightly vague, but he's loosely connected to, like, his mother's side of the family, but not quite related. So she used to watch him sometimes, and they, you know, maybe she saw him, like, I don't know, like 15 times in her whole life when she was a young girl. So suddenly she's in Hawaii, she's with her mom right now, and she gets this message from him, and I guess he messages her sometimes, like going, like he'll respond to an image going like, wow, that looks great, or great job, or you're doing great, or some shit like that. So she goes to Hawaii and she's posting things about being in Hawaii, and he messages her and asks her if she's in Hawaii. And she's like, yeah, I'm here visiting my mom. And
Totally fine. That's a fine message. That's an okay DM. We're
Totally okay.
We're still in an okay place. We're in an
Totally
place.
okay.
But
Totally
she's
okay.
already posted the geolocation on her photos, right? Like she said, so it's like a question he knew the answer to already.
I mean, I think the young, young kids. Like, you know, Alana could be posting things, like she'll post things from Paris, and she went to Paris like years ago. You know,
Right.
so it's
Where-
like you never know when she might be home already, but she's still posting these Hawaii pictures. So
She's been there for a while. We know she's there.
I figured something. I got that out of it. He's a young kid. He's probably smart, and probably knows a lot about the internet and shit.
I saw a place where it looked like she was, and I deduced that she was there.
So
smart.
anyway, so let's say he's like 20. Okay?
Okay, so a youngie boy.
Is this me?
It's not you, Nick.
Okay, good.
Unless there's something you'd like to
Nick,
say after.
am I
Unless
in
it is.
So anyway, so he asks her if she's in Hawaii, and she says, yeah, I'm visiting my mom. You know, where are you, or whatever. And then, you know, that was it. And then that night, she gets a photo. Okay? This is real. This happened. She showed me the screenshots. She gets a photo, and it's a photo of him with, like, a girl. Like, his girlfriend, maybe. I don't know. And it was like a New Year's Eve thing, I think.
Okay, it's just better than where my head initially went.
Yeah.
Okay?
And
For
it's
sure,
him
100%.
holding a girl like this, and they're, like, waving at the camera, and they look all happy and shit, and it's so nice.
Okay,
And
okay.
and Alana likes the photo, and she goes, oh, hey, Happy New Year, or whatever. And then he sends another one.
What is this one?
And in,
What's this one? What is different about it?
and we'll be right back.
Welcome to the ad portion of the podcast. Thank you for sticking with us. And please check out Stamps.com when we're all done with this, because they're helping us bring this to you. You guys, one thing we learned in 2020, you know what that was? Is that the internet, yes, the internet is even more awesome than we thought. Groceries online, movies online, doctor visits online, and of course going to the post office online with Stamps.com. Stamps.com allows businesses like the Valley folk to do all of our or their mailing and shipping right from the computer. No need to leave the home or office or home office, wherever your office or your home be, whether they're an amalgamation of one another or they're separated. Stamps.com has saved small businesses all over the country thousands of hours and tons of money, and now you can too. Because with Stamps.com, you get the services of the post office and UPS right on your computer, plus big discounts on mailing and shipping rates, and none of the hassle that comes with traditional means of doing the mail. Stamps.com brings the services of the U.S. Postal Service and UPS right to your computer wherever you are. It's a must-have for any business, whether you're a small office sending invoices, an online seller shipping out orders, or even a giant warehouse sending thousands of packages a day. Stamps.com can handle it all with ease, and it's something that's kind of gifted our lives, not only in the Beretta household, but the Valley folk, with a lot of ease over the last year, 2020. Woo! Simply use your computer to print official U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere that you want to send it. Once your mail is ready, just schedule a pickup or drop it off. It's that simple, and simplicity is what we need in these times, right? We're not going crazy. Yeah. With Stamps.com, you get 5 cents off of every first-class stamp and up to 40% off priority mail and up to 62% off UPS shipping rates. And all that's going to add up over time, everybody. Not to mention, it's all a fraction of the cost of those expensive postage meters, all right? Stamps.com is a no-brainer, but you all have brains, which makes it even more of a no-brainer. That makes sense. Saving you time and money. You know, that's what we're doing here. It's no wonder over 900,000 small businesses already use Stamps.com. So make 2021 the year you stop wasting time going to the post office and go to Stamps.com instead. Guys, there's no risk. With our promo code Valleycast, you get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. It's great. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in VALLEYCAST, Valleycast. That's Stamps.com, promo code Valleycast. Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again. Or else.
So he sends another photo, and this time it's a photo, it's like same position. The dude is with his arm around this girl that is maybe his girlfriend, but this time her shirt is pulled up, exposing her breasts.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Yeah, I'll come hang out,
you still in Hawaii?
right? It's like, come on over. Come have fun.
Yeah.
Right? Like a
Why is
three-party
Florida
thing.
fine with it?
Like, we could do this. We could do
This
this
is tame
together.
shit.
Wait, he's in New York. Wait. Context,
Unless there's
you
a
said
third photo.
They are in New York, where apparently that's okay.
Sure.
It's okay to do that, to send unsolicited topless
No,
photos
but you're
of
allowed to expose your breasts in New York, I believe.
Okay, in public, right? Like,
Yeah.
but like, you know, maybe not in a DM to someone. So anyway, so Alana, I wish I had I'm trying to find her response to it, because it was such an Alana response. Like, she didn't know how
I
to
bet Alana was like, "Oh, hello to you. Happy New Year to you too as well."
like,
She probably went like super body positive.
Oh.
I don't know if this is okay, but she looks great and confident, and I love that about her.
Yeah, I'm sure.
okay, and by the way, I'm noticing that the second picture is actually a video with her boobs out, with the girl with the boobs out. So
Is
it's
it
a
an action or is it just?
It's a
just going like
video.
this?
Well, the thumbnail of the video in the screenshot has topless boobs in it. So
This is over.
it's always
it just starts with topless boobs.
clever to put the thumbnail being the boobs. It's clever.
Anyway, so Alana responds with
I like that.
she responds with
Nice touch.
OMG, and then like a bunch of the laughing faces with the tears coming out, like it's laughing
Okay.
funny.
And then she responds, "Those are real tears, son."
And then it says, "I have no response."
Sure.
Great
Yep.
response. Excellent
That's good.
response.
That's great.
And then
Take the ball, throw it back over into their silent form.
Yeah.
You have now.
Context ball. It's yours now.
and
Okay.
Yeah.
then this many videos came back.
That's 4. That's too many 4.
No.
Right after she said, "Oh my God, I don't know how to respond to this. I have no response."
Some people think OMG stands for "Oh, more good."
So,
Question mark.
Alana messaged me about it, and I said, the first thing I said to her was, "You should just send back that meme with the bonk, you're going to horny jail with the with the like little like dog on it. You know, you guys have seen that." And she
I've
was
never
like,
been to horny jail.
"Oh, you might have to go sometimes, Elliot. Everyone needs to go to horny jail."
I'm under horny litigation right now, but I'm not sent to jail.
I'm on horny probation.
Community service.
So anyway, she's
Just got
like, "I don't
served my
want to."
horny papers.
She was like, "I don't want to respond because like I think it's his move to respond because like she's like, okay, here's what she thought it might be, and then I'll tell you what I thought it might be, and then you guys tell me what you think, and then what should be done, you think, okay?" So she thought that these were just like drunken kids like fucking around and just going like, "Woo, Happy New Year, we're cheeky kids." And I'm like, okay.
Which is also the title of Nick's second song that we will talk
Cheeky
about.
kids.
Cheeky kids don't.
So and I'm like, okay, that's a very Alana response. It's always the like least, problematic answer. And I was like, but then they send like 5 more videos?
What were the other videos?
Well, she didn't open them.
That's
That
smart.
was my question.
Smart.
Yeah, she didn't open them. And I
Great
was
move.
like
Smart.
very proud of her for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
sometimes it's just- it's
it
easier to
then sucks
have
so
free porn.
bad that if she were to just look at
fuck.
one of those,
Oh, what
it's like a
happened?
sign to them that, like, if that's their intention, that they're interested, and then they keep pursuing, and that's all that gross fucking internet masculinity shit. And anyway, I hate it. It's disgusting. But I don't know if that's what this was. But my whole thing was, in sending more videos, certainly it probably got a little bit more risque from there, is my thought. And which makes me believe that, look, if Alana was this guy's babysitter when he was a kid, he probably was like, hot babysitter, I've always had a thing for her. And, his continual messaging of her is kind of like oh, she's cute, I just like having her in my life kind of thing. And then he got a girlfriend who, like, kind of knows that, he likes his old babysitter. And she's like, what if we did, like, a naughty, like, video sesh with her and see if she bites? And maybe we can do, like, a weird, like, digital sexy thing over the internet together. And
This was your theory?
That's my theory.
Huh.
And so I think it was him going like, and his girlfriend going like, let's send these like kind of sexually suggestive things and see if she'll participate with us because you kind of like her and she was your babysitter and you want to see if they can get a little thing going.
That's like 3 levels deeper in planning than I would expect out of that situation. That's just my
So then what do you
response
think
to
it
your
is?
response.
Go ahead, Joe.
I don't know what I think it is. First, I think I do need to reiterate, it ain't cool.
No, not okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Never okay to send an unsolicited, personal kind of like boundary breaking intimate thing.
Tip
Yeah.
Typic.
Joe, you look like you're telling a ghost story when you lean toward the microphone.
I've got the sun coming through
Crazy.
the...
Yeah. You're like, ah.
Oh,
This is the Midnight
terrifying.
Society
So-
podcast.
It's like, I don't have a lot of thoughts on this current situation, but I do have one. And it's this.
Why is that perfect?
He
That's
had
fucking
a knife.
perfect.
I'm right behind you.
Wow.
Those
yeah,
were
I think it's
titties.
totally what it.
Those were guns!
No, it was a hook.
Hold on, Jack.
Anyway.
Wait. Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable is my immediate reaction, especially due to the inherent age of him. We don't know how old the girl is. Yeah, I don't
point.
like any of it.
Good point.
I don't like any of it.
Good point. And it's a lot to put on somebody who's like, years ago you babysat. Like, it's like, it doesn't matter how cool you are with sending your girlfriend's boob to people.
You miss
gotta-
100% of the shots you don't take.
That's a good point. It's a great point.
This could have gone a different way. That if different universe, that would have been, they would have regretted it for the rest of their lives had they not taken this opportunity
It's
to
like
take an
this
incredibly
kid-
inappropriate photo and send it to their old babysitter.
It's like he tripped and fell into a time hole. And in that time hole, he flew out in like 1992 on the side of the road, and he happened to land next to like discarded Penthouse magazines. And he read the Dear Penthouse forum letters and was like, "Oh,
That's how you
this
do
is
it.
what happens."
Yeah.
And then he got sucked back in because you can only
Yeah.
go back in time for 5 minutes at a time. That's just science. And he went back to here, and he was like, "I have this babysitter who, it's so interesting how you said." Alana probably babysat this kid 15 times, right?
Yeah.
And for Alana, it's kind of a blip in her journey. But
Yeah.
then you got to put yourself in, like, your kid's shoes for a second and remember how much stock and how much effect authority figures had on you in your life. Whether it was a teacher that was around for a couple months, a coach, a babysitter. I have a babysitter that I think might have babysat me twice. And there's a part of my brain that's like, that person was around just as much as my parents.
Right.
And wasn't. So, like, the difference in relationship for both of them is so skewed.
Well, and plus,
And I
like,
hope
her
he's
Instagram?
listening to
What's
this.
her Instagram, Joe?
and Alana is like a sweet girl who's just like a little angel and like, makes you feel special no matter who you are. And so he probably was like enchanted by her in a lot of ways. And you're right, maybe he was more affected by her in that sense because of the babysitter aspect. But the part that just like doesn't add up for me and is so peculiar and strange is that it's not like he sent a dick pic, which is what the default thing a scummy dude does.
Yep.
To women on the internet in DMs, or at least once you lean into the extreme. Before that, it's a lot of harassment. But this guy wasn't like harassing her or anything, and he didn't send her like a dick pic. He like had a girl there, which is such a weird thing to me. It's like, it could just be someone going like, "Happy New Year, we're getting like this turns us on." So, like, here's a thing for you that we're sending to people because we like to do that, and it's a New Year's thing or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe they're drunk and they fucked up. But, like, I will say this.
Do you think there's another option besides just that it was an invitation to join the two of them? And
well, that's what I think, but Joe's like, that's way extreme.
No, I think that's incredibly, like, 98%, I would say, is the
98%?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
I think you're in the mid. I think it's midway between everything. I think it's as a 20-year-old, sometimes horny boy. That just kind of happens. I think if you take a 20-year-old boy with all the memories of having a babysitter who you might be attracted to, and you're starting to actually talk to this babysitter again, all those thoughts that you might have had as a kid kind of come flushing back. And we all know when we're drunk, those thoughts are harder to hold back. So I think the more likely scenario is that he's a stupid drunk kid, that he wouldn't have done that if he was sober.
Okay, so here's what I'll add to that.
I want to lean into that real quick.
Okay.
One more piece of context. Was this on New Year's Eve?
Let me find out, because I think it was after, but let me
That's
see.
weird then.
Because,
so this
there
was
could be like a joyous, innocent.
Yeah,
like
no,
Nick
this
is
was
saying,
after New Year's. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like last Sunday.
That's weird then, I think.
Yeah, and
It's
the 5
Sunday!
videos
Woo!
afterward, like, I'm sure
Happy Sunday.
It seems like she didn't overtly say no, so they wanted to make sure. With
Wait,
the barrage
wait.
of videos afterward.
What if the barrage of videos were, "Oh my God, I sent you the wrong video. I'm so sorry."
You do that every time.
Oh, fuck.
Here's the thing.
You would send that.
Because Nick, I hear you, but
You know,
and I hear all of you, and I think you all have good points here, and I love all these perspectives. But there is something.
God bless you, Steve.
Thank you. There is something to add, which is at this point. So it's been like a week, I guess, since it happened, maybe a little more. And he hasn't like said anything since that. And so, and to me, it's like, okay, so you're a young person and you're on the internet, and let's say he was just drunk and he fucked up and he sent a horny thing with his girlfriend. They're into that kind of shit. He fucked up. He sent way too many things, but luckily she didn't look at him. It looks like she didn't look at him. So like, we're safe there. So I could see that maybe he's like, I'm just going to back off. I'm going to move out of this DM. I fucked up so bad. It's so embarrassing. Like, best case scenario, dude's just chickened out and is like, fuck, I can't believe I did that. Like, you'd think that by this point, like, there would be something. Like,
a text or something.
Hey, I'm so sorry about that. Or like, you know, or man, like, hey, I was drunk, haha. Or some kind of thing, right? The fact that there's nothing there to me suggests way more that he was trying something and it's not transparent and he's very ashamed it didn't work.
Huh. I think if he was really ashamed, he would have texted. I think I think it's someone in the middle. Like he sent it all when he was horny and then saw that he wasn't horny anymore and he was like, fuck, I've sent that. But I feel like if he was really truly ashamed about everything, he would have texted, like you said.
So my question to you guys is, go ahead, Elliot.
Well, I was to say it's only been a week too. He may still pop up again when his horniness levels start flying off the meter a little bit.
And they do that.
And at this point, I think she's ready with the bonk meme. But my question to you guys is have you ever gotten an uncomfortable DM from someone you know that made you feel like, uh-oh? And you could be as vague as you want, or maybe it's never happened, but it's just so strange.
Well, I mean, every DM I open, I feel pretty uncomfortable about. I don't know what it is, but
Dude, I agree with you 100%. That's
stresses
why
me out. Yeah.
that's why I usually don't. Like it was a very long time before I ever really went into the bank of Instagram stuff.
Now it looks like you don't have a nose, joke. Do you have a plant or something you can put through it? Yeah. It looked like half your face had gotten melted.
Hashtag curtains for Joe, and don't put rest in peace in there because it sounds.
I think
like
the Republicans are already using that one.
it's curtains for Joe.
Nice.
Thank you.
Joke.
But
Thank you.
I just thought it was so funny, and Alana was like, "Would you look at those videos?" Like, and I'll ask you guys if you'd look at those videos. Like, let's say you're in this position.
Yes.
It's someone you know, you babysat them, you saw them like maybe 15 or so times. They sent you that. Would you watch the rest of them, or would you be like, "This is safer not to"?
Not me. Not speaking for myself. married dude that doesn't need that type of argument or conversation to happen. No way, man.
Sure.
It's
That's
like
checks.
gone real quick.
All right. Nick?
I'd after you, Nick.
I would 100% open them. I would open them purely out of curiosity's sake. Because if it is on the very, very like 2% chance that it is what Joe said, that they're all like, "Fuck, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to send that," then that's nice. If it is him doing sex to his girlfriend in 4 videos, because it takes 4 videos to have sex, we all know that.
Even better.
Yeah.
Doing sex is his.
Then even better.
4 to 2.
Takes 4 videos. Yeah. Sex takes about 4 Instagram videos.
4
At
to,
least
to
4.
2.
Or 2.
Elliot, would you look at the videos?
No, I mean, I would have a moment. I would be torn for sure, because I would be like, I'm good. I'm not gonna do anything with it, but my morbid curiosity would kick in, so I'd probably delete the thread.
Yeah,
to
clever.
prevent
Dude,
future bad decisions.
So I would look at them and then block that person.
Yeah, same. It all depends on the content of the video.
Because I mean, I guess so. But if it ends up being like sex, then I'm blocking them, and I'll be like,
1,000%.
and then it's kind of a power move because it's like I watched you have sex, and then I blocked you, so you could never do it again.
Oh, you know what I'd do? I'd watch them, but I'd screen record them all. You know, blackmail.
Yeah.
Blackmail's always nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Dude, this is all
Thank
just like it's just
Big Henry Bowers
conversation.
energy.
Thank you. That's his 5th single. This all is just supporting talks that I've had with Hayden recently, and it's me formulating how to like make her exist in this digital world where I've just resorted to, when it comes to advice, I'm like, look, don't text a word, an emoji, a picture. Don't do anything digitally that you in any way, shape, or form think could be problematic in any way, shape, or form. And then don't do half of the stuff that you also think wouldn't be problematic, because at the end of the day, as soon as you send a word, a sentence, a text, a picture, it's somebody else's. They own your words, they own your images. Whatever you give somebody else over the phone, over the internet, is something that person, and this is like the worst, like cynical version of human communication, but it's something that person has now that could be power if they wanted it to turn around and use it as power. Things you say, things you do. If your best friend, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, it doesn't matter who, that person, if they wanted to turn around one day and hurt you, whatever you gave them is now theirs to utilize.
Yeah.
Nick and Steve, I'm gonna text you guys a photo of Joe real fast. See what he's talking about.
You guys have so much power over me. Steve has 8,000 of my farts. So
not only that, Joe and I used to do this thing with SAG screeners that I have plenty of photos of.
Yep.
That Nick doesn't need to know about. But
I don't think I need to know it.
But dude, Joe, I really do feel for you, and I feel for a lot of parents. That, you know, when you're a kid, you don't realize that your parents protect you from so many fucking things. And, man, I can't imagine. I'm barely able to protect myself from those things. How could I ever protect my children from them, too?
Yeah.
And especially fucking horny jail motherfuckers. that come at your kids in their DMs and shit. The internet's a scary place, my friends.
Yeah, it
Yep.
just becomes a balance
Go
of
to
like
horn.
you-
I have
That's-
seen that. Yeah,
that's horny
I watched
jail.
that. I
Just
got
a
you.
balance
Steve
of,
has a
like,
bonk thing.
you gotta say what you gotta say as a parent. You hope they hear, and then you gotta hope that the trust is good, that they'll make good decisions. But then you also have to just kind of like throw your parent shoulders up and shrug a little bit, and know that people
Yeah.
are gonna make stupid mistakes, and you can't stop every single one of them.
Do you ever feel
Do you
like... Oh, go ahead.
Do you keep their passwords? Like you have access to their?
Yeah.
Do they have the social media?
Yeah, clever.
Do you
I've
ever...
yet to let her have like publicly accessible anything. Like she has a TikTok, but it's private, and
Right.
and I just feel like they don't need it to not be at this point. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
100%.
Do you ever feel like, as a parent, just going like, fuck it, I just have to let go of the eventualities of life that will inevitably affect my children, and I need to stop being so strict about things that they will discover, maybe in a worse way, for being a stricter parent about certain things? And do you ever feel like just going like, like, do you ever feel so powerless that you want to just be like, you know what, let them learn about the world the way that I learned about the fucking world?
I mean, I'm somewhere right in the middle. I think Heather's a little bit more on the extreme of protection and worry. I don't think I go into like fuck it mode. I think I go into fuck it, I'm ready to talk about all these things. How can I at least make the effort to communicate to them all the weird shit? I sat down and watched American Horror Story with Hayden last night, and I had no clue all the things we were going to talk about 20 minutes
That's a
into that
crazy
show.
show to watch with a kid.
Whoa.
I
Yeah.
mean, but Joe's watched everything. Joe watched it, chapter 1 and 2 with Hayden,
Yes, and
right?
God bless you, Joe.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
But I turned to her and it's like, it wasn't like shock. It was more like
Yeah.
she gave me the acknowledgement nod of, yeah, I know what's going on here, and me and my friends talk, and I'm like, I know you know. But then I was like, what he's doing right there to himself naked while thinking about that woman is writing a letter. And then everything came about.
Am I a bad parent if I'd want to just be like, that's called masturbating and it feels good, and
No,
you'll
not
discover
at
it
all.
someday, and I think it's great, and one day you'll love it too, just like I do.
I think, no, you're not. I think it depends on when you start those conversations.
Just cradling it.
Yeah. Listen,
one day
son,
you're gonna
one
know
day.
what a penis is.
What he's doing.
You have no idea how much attention you'll pay to that little thing down there later on.
You just got to get over your damn self to be able to have those conversations. And I'm not like perfect at it by any means. And I've definitely had my moments of just being nervous, knowing that I was going to approach some of those subjects because it wasn't necessarily handled with me in our generation, with our parents. I don't think most of our parents were pretty taboo affected humans that had a little bit of religion and had a little bit of old America and Puritanism inside of them, and those conversations didn't come natural. So I know that my generation and myself I'm at least trying. Sometimes I have the skills, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Nick
Yeah.
over here, growing up in Australia, I'm sure you didn't experience much censorship like we did here. And
Oh, no, I think it's all similar. I think human beings, when they become adults and when they become parents especially, doesn't really matter where you grew up. Everyone's quite, you still want to protect your kid as much as possible. And it all depends on what kind of personality that person has. I was quite a sheltered kid growing up. My parents are religious, and Australia is a very racist country, so I was quite...
What's that like? What's that like?
No, I don't know.
God, glad I don't live in Australia.
Yeah, it's nothing like this one. Yeah, no, I mean, it's all the same. I was as sheltered as most kids, and I'm like Steve. I feel like if I ever have kids, I'm gonna have that like quite like there's gonna be no barriers to what I say.
Yeah, and a lot of people, some people do that and some people don't, and it's not like anything's right or wrong. It's just how somebody wants to do it, and I just can't. Yeah, I can't imagine the anxiety and fear as a parent for
Neither.
all the things that you are afraid of suddenly becoming
Can you do one of these?
a fear to your children. It's like it's very scary. I have so much respect for parents in such a huge way.
Yeah. Except Joe.
Except Joe. No, I have a lot of respect for Joe.
It may have been the parent of the young man that Alana babysat who was actually taking the photos.
Wow, imagine that. Imagine that. There is a fourth option.
There's a fourth option.
All right. So
wait, no. There's a fifth
yeah.
option. There's a fifth option, Steve. And the fifth option is, hey, babe, check this out. I'm going to get on the Valleycast. It's a little bit of a workaround, but we're going to get there. This guy's going to talk about me.
This guy talks about everything in his life because he has 9 podcasts. So he'll eventually end up on one of them.
Yeah.
Let's dive into Nick's wonderful creative work, if you guys don't mind. Nick,
Please.
I think that my guess is, tell me how right I am. It sounds like you were in quarantine and you funneled your creativity and your frustration, perhaps even loneliness, based on the lyrics of the song, into creating a very catchy little pop song. And I would like to hear all about it. And I apologize if you just heard any beeping.
No beeping whatsoever.
That's my pacemaker.
It's my pacemaker, and I'm sorry if you
The
heard
battery's low.
My life
Battery's
alert.
low, and I'm very scared.
Thank you, Elliot. That's very, very kind. The song is literally that. I'm a lonely boy. I live alone. I live with a dog, and that's about it. I went through, so far, and counting, 3 breakups this year.
Oof.
Whoa!
Yeah. So go me. One bigger than the others, but they all
Nick,
mattered.
it's the 15th.
That was this year.
Take it easy,
Like that fun.
okay?
Sorry.
Easy.
Sorry, man. Sorry, bro. I need to calm down. E-harmony, am I right?
Speaking of horny jail.
But then I went through those, and then once I couldn't act anymore. I haven't acted since March last year either. So it's kind of I got really bored, really lonely, and started crying and writing and singing with a piano. And that's kind of where we're at now. And I wrote a song all about how I was doing that for a year. But it's happy. It's a happy song.
It is a happy song. In fact, as soon as I was done listening to it, I thought, this is the kind of song you hear in the movie theater before the movie starts. You know, it's like, and that was Nicholas Hamilton with Every Year. You know, like, you know, those kind of songs? Which means it's featured usually in a movie soundtrack or something, which makes me think this could easily be in a movie soundtrack in some capacity.
That's awesome.
Ooh, little
I like the
independent
idea
filmmaker.
of the image of you, and I don't mean to say that I like this in like a sadistic way, but like there's a very nice artistic image of you crying and writing at a piano. That's just sounds cool. I'm sure
Dude,
it
it
was
happens.
sad for you, but
It's not a unique, rare thing that happens. It's pretty much every day.
really, wow. So do you have more lined up after this? Are you working on like a?
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, I think over the last 2 years, but mainly over the last year, I've written like 50 songs, and they're all sad and all about crying and stuff.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, I've got my second single comes out in 3 weeks today.
That's awesome.
Which one do you like better?
Oh, are you instructed not to say?
Maybe you're not ready yet.
Look, they're both good in their own right.
Okay, all right.
So one of them's about a breakup, and the other one has a different breakup in it. So it's really kind of who I liked better.
I have a.
Interesting.
wow.
It's
I
what your
have a-
emotional ties are.
I have
I
a
guess
pitch
so.
for your album title.
Uh-huh.
It Happens.
All right, that's
And
good.
we'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Can we kick Joe? Or we can't kick Joe, can we?
Nick, will any of our Fall Guys or Fortnite playing make it into your songs?
Dude, it's very likely if you're in my life. I write about. I keep saying all my songs are like little fucking diary entries because they're all so honest, and I can't really write about anything that hasn't happened to me. So, if I've done something to you or you've done something to me that has an impact on me, you're likely going to be sung about.
So that means Mike's in one of your songs for sure.
Yeah, Mike Falzone twice actually, 2 songs.
You're gonna be getting some DMs on Instagram from me and Grace pretty soon. I'll tell you.
Yeah, ooh, tell you about. Don't tell her about the foursome.
Oh
So
my
Nick-
goodness.
Yeah.
Nick, was this always the plan, or was it like, did you always want to get into music, and did you consider yourself a musician? Because I didn't know that you dabbled in it until you kind of just texted us, and you're like, guys, I'm a musician now. Check out my single. And like, how did you get to this point of the journey, other than just boredom and quarantine?
Mostly that, but I've been writing since a few months before I moved to LA, and I moved to LA like 2 years ago. So, I mean, yeah, it's always kind of been. I've always loved music, so it's always been in the kind of back of my head. But I've never really had any time to actually kind of record and release stuff. And now, like, I've had nothing but time. So it's kind of I think I started actually thinking about releasing stuff in August of last year, and then. Kind of 4 months later, everything was formulated, and we've got an EP ready to go. And kind of, it was once we decided that it was actually going to happen, it's happened quite quickly.
Cool.
I love it, man. I just love music so much. Like, I do like acting, and there's no real feeling that I can compare to being on set and stuff. But music, it just tickles a little part of my penis that everything else doesn't.
That's the musical part of your penis.
We'll cut
It's
that
called
part
the
out.
perineum.
Ryan, remove all this. But no.
Ryan, throw
Dude,
the
I
filth
remember-
into the trash, please. Where it belongs.
Nick, I remember when we were in Canada and we were doing the karaoke thing, and
Yeah.
you got up and sang, "Crazy on Sunday Morning." Is that what that song is?
Easy by the
Easy.
Commodores.
And I was like, I'd had just enough to drink that it blew my mind. And now when I see you do stuff on Instagram where you're doing music, I just have that memory, and I was like, oh my God, he's like talented in like another way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dude. That was good fun.
What's
I
that
loved
like?
Yeah,
Love
like
those-
it blew my mind. Truly blew my mind. Like that style of singing is so cool and like smooth, and it's got like such just a cool energy to it. So it's
Yeah.
really
Thank you,
nice.
dude.
And the song is great, man. I listened to it like 3 times. I very
Thank
very
you, man.
much
I very much appreciate that. Yeah, no, it's a little bit of a. I like, if I write sad songs, which I pretty much only write sad songs, I like putting them against like quite a happy little
Yeah.
beat that makes people bop their heads. And if you're not really a lyrics person, you'll just think it's a happy song. But if you listen to the lyrics, it's quite depressing and terrifying.
There's a real fun
Yeah.
trend right now of like, and a lot of them make it their way to TikTok, but it's like 80s disco that is so upbeat, like Dua Lipa, but they're really sad subject
Yeah.
matters, but you're like, you're just bouncing to it, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
oh, okay.
100%.
With the blips that you and your team come up with, and yourself in general, like if you had to be like, what is Nick's music? What are the? It's like this mixed with this. It's got echoes of this type of music and songwriter. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. I guess I really like, I call it like anything with like a bedroom beat. I try to really produce my songs in a way that's high quality, or kind of line up with producers that make it high quality and radio sounding, but also like it just could have been made in my bedroom. That's something like Different Year and No Room, my second single. They're quite simplistic beats that just make you calm down a little bit. And I like really calming music, and that's I've already kind of fallen in love over the last few years with like acoustic chill pop music, and I feel like I write very similar stuff to that. But then I also write like one of my singles on the EP is a rock pop thing, and then I've got like a really sad piano ballad that's coming out after the EP. Like it's all kind of, I love writing in different genres, and I especially love writing for different people, and that always kind of falls into the same thing, like putting yourself in someone else's shoes and writing how they would sing. And I love doing that. So the more I can do that, and the more I can kind of broaden my range, the better.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the act. Like, are you? This is a little bit of a switching gears, but like with the acting, you said you haven't acted since when? March of 20.
March, yeah. March of last
is-
year.
Are you like? Is it just me, or does it feel like everything is kind of still dead in like the industry?
Yeah, I
world?
mean,
So you're kind of pivoting to make sure you got other plates spinning, I guess.
basically, yeah. I mean, I guess it's the most frustrating part is that I've had breaks in my career before of not getting jobs purely because it's like that was all my fault. Like just because I wasn't good enough to get roles or roles weren't good enough for me and yada yada yada. But this is the only period where I've had a huge break purely based on things that weren't my fault. That's kind of, and that's what's really frustrating. Like I've got 4 signed projects waiting just to shoot, and I can't shoot them. One was meant to shoot in a week, and then they just pushed indefinitely. So it's like, I feel like it's still on pause so much so that I've always wanted to be busy. I always need to be busy and kind of keep my thumbs twiddling. Otherwise, I'll go insane. So I feel like music's probably just like you said, it's me funneling all my juices and my disgusting sweat juices into something.
Yeah, Ryan will cut that out. So the
We're
yeah, I
gonna cut
had
out
another
most
thing.
of this.
It's just too much.
It's
It's too
long.
inappropriate. It's a lot.
Gosh, like we told Nick we'd give him 5 minutes.
Here I go.
I had another. Yeah, well, it's good that what I was gonna say is it's good that you have things at least whenever the world does calm down that you know.
Yeah.
You're gonna be off to the races, but yeah, I imagine that only adds to just how crazy you can go in the meantime.
Yeah, I guess it's a matter of like I feel like I'm the busiest I've ever been now, genuinely, and I feel like I'm probably working the hardest I've ever worked. But I mean, music, unless it goes really far, you don't make a fucking cent from it. So it's like, it's the biggest thing I'm trying to do right now is getting those streams up and getting people to listen to the song, even for 30 seconds. 30 seconds on a Spotify stream counts as a stream, which is fucking sick. So if you listen to the song for 30 seconds, then we should be sweet. It's just getting those.
30 seconds. So
Yeah, well,
I listened to
Thank
it
you
on
so much.
YouTube. Does that count?
On
Someone
somebody
else
else's
posted it on
channel.
YouTube, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, the music industry. I got zero experience in it, but I've just heard how much it's changed since Spotify and how most artists, in combination with record labels, aren't really making a lot unless they're bigger, and you got to find more creative means of trying to get some cash. And I would say you should maybe start a Patreon.
I might start an OnlyFans.
That's it.
that one will be more successful, Nick. Something tell me.
I think you'll find success wherever you put your energy and effort, Nicholas. You're a talented boy.
Thank you,
and I enjoy your company as a friend and as a person, and I hope you the best. I wish you the best, and even in these troubling times. And, we're all going to be okay. We've got our friendships. We've got our social hangs. We play Fortnite every single day.
Too much.
And but it's just us talking on the phone, It's just us talking on the
thing
phone
out,
and
Nick.
trying to stay sane.
What's that?
Wow, check this out. It's so cool. Bing.
It's a magnet.
And a light.
No. That's fucking
magnets.
sick, dude. I love that. Boop. I fucking love that, dude.
So I think we're gonna be okay,
That's-
as Steve is saying.
I think we're gonna be fine.
just
I think we're gonna be
emphasizing
fine.
we're gonna be okay.
It's just a little satanic, but
a little bit.
It's a little scary. Yeah, it's a little.
it's
weird.
a little scary and devil magic.
Devil.
Ryan,
Devil
Ryan
Some
cut
kind of-
out all mention of the devil, please.
I know it's science, but sometimes science is the devil.
Sometimes.
But anyway, I'm Nick, thank you for coming on to the show.
Yeah,
And
dude.
Dude, thank you for having me, boys. It's very nice of you to do this.
Where should people go get you and listen to you, and what benefits you the most as a human and a professional right now?
Well, right now, it would be kind of Spotify. Really, anywhere you listen to music, anywhere. Like Steve said, YouTube still works. If you search Nicholas Hamilton or Different Year on any of the streaming services, my little boy face will pop up. Actually, my profile picture for all of my streaming services things is a photo that Mike Falzone took, which is
Who's that?
it's a boy. But if you really want to support, if you've got no money like yourself, like me, and you just want to support, go listen to it at places. But if you've got a little bit of money, I'm sending out stickers. So many stickers.
Ooh, look at those
That's
stickers.
on my-
Those are envelopes. Those are envelopes, Nick. Those
Yeah,
are
those are
Stickers
envelopes.
in
Stickers.
the envelopes. There's envelopes in the stickers.
of course we're
You
huge.
dipshit.
Stop sending people envelopes.
Ryan cut out dipshit.
We stan a struggling artist, and we support struggling artists and independent artists during these difficult times of no artistic inspiration, no joy, so
In this time of desolation and joylessness, we support artists.
we support artists that are struggling and hustling, and that's exactly what you're doing, Nicholas. And I respect that, and I appreciate you and love you. And thank you for being on the damn show, Nicholas.
Thank
I
you
have
very
one
much,
more question.
boys.
How do
Yes.
we seem to you? How do we seem like we're doing?
Talk about
You
us.
guys,
Talk
I
about
feel like the hair is probably a bit of a crisis.
All right.
I know,
well,
but besides Joe, how do you think we're doing?
I can't see Joe's hair.
Are you talking
my
about
hair.
Elliot's hair and my hair, or just Elliot's hair?
Steve, your hair looks lovely,
Oh, thank
and
you.
Elliot, I think yours is really growing in quite nicely.
oh wow.
I should probably change it though, based
That's
on
a
the first thing you said.
total
right?
180.
Do it
yeah.
purple, dude.
That's
Do it
crazy.
purple.
I might
Speaking
choose
of
some purple or some crazy.
We're gonna
Lavender?
copy and paste this part into the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
Speaking of artists and joy, before we leave, I just want to say how happy I am that the Foo Fighters are like, we're gonna play the inauguration, and I'm like stoked.
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
It's the best thing. So, guys, thank
I
you for
hope they
listening
wear-
to us. Yeah, it's gonna be great. You've been listening to the Valleycast. Check out Nick's stuff. If you'd like to support us in any way, shape, or form, you can go to patreon.com/thevalleyfolk, and you can also go to bit.ly.com/movie game, where the movie game is still up for pre-order. Get it for yourself, for your friends, for your family. It's fun. It's good times. It can be played over Zoom. We proved that this year. And then also go up to DFTBA, check out the Valley Folk stuff. We've got movie game pins there, as well as, guys, I got the hoodie, and it's real dope.
Oh, nice.
Hell
Oh,
yeah,
that is
dude.
nice.
That looks
Yeah.
sick.
Very, very nice, clean.
Cute.
Yep, got the Valley
Very
Folk
nice.
hoodie, so check it out. But yeah, anything else, boys?
Yeah, Koyan Iskatsi is a great film. The Criterion Collection put it out, and it's not new, but
It just flips everybody off for our audio listeners.
All right,
all right.
love
Bye,
y'all.
everybody.
Stay safe.